If you've ever danced at a carnival fete, whined in the streets of Port of Spain, or just blasted soca music on a lazy Saturday morning, chances are you've already crossed musical paths with Shurwayne Winchester. But who really is the man behind those unforgettable hooks and feel-good anthems? For some, he's a staple voice of Trinidad and Tobago's golden soca years. For others, he's the singer who somehow keeps reinventing himself without ever losing the soul of his sound. But Shurwayne's journey into the hearts of salsa lovers worldwide wasn't as easy as jumping on a rhythm and riding it to the top. His story is layered with ambition, authenticity, heartbreak, and an unwavering love for music that refused to let him give up, even when the lights dimmed and the crowds thinned. Let's rewind, because before the fame, the back-to-back road march wins, and the cross-Caribbean collaborations, there was just a boy from Tobago with a big voice and an even bigger dream. The humble Tobago beginning. Born and raised in Tobago, Shurwayne Winchester wasn't exactly handed a golden mic at birth. Tobago, while rich in culture and talent, often sits quietly in the shadow of Trinidad's bustling entertainment scene. But Shurwayne never treated his small island roots like a limitation. Instead, he treated them like fuel. Music surrounded him. From church choirs to school performances, his voice stood out early on. Not because it was flashy, but because it was soulful, authentic, deeply Caribbean. He was that kid who'd get pulled up to sing at school functions, the kind whose classmates would hush the room just to hear him belt out a note. It wasn't long before he caught the attention of local musicians who saw in him something more than just another island boy with a decent voice. And here's the thing, Shurwayne didn't just want to sing, he wanted to connect. From early on, you could tell that for him, music wasn't about showing off. It was about saying something, feeling something, bringing people together. The big break and the band years. By the late 1990s, Shurwayne joined the legendary Caribbean band Traffic. And for many, that was the moment his journey shifted from promise to prophecy. Traffic wasn't just a band, it was a launchpad. It gave Shurwayne the chance to sharpen his stagecraft, collaborate with seasoned musicians, and test his mettle against the best in the business. Night after night, performance after performance, his voice carved out its own identity. Smooth yet powerful, playful yet commanding. There was a kind of versatility to him that was rare in the genre. One minute he was hyping a crowd with bacchanal energy. The next he was melting hearts with a soca ballad. But make no mistake, band life wasn't all glitz and glamour. The touring was grueling, the expectations high. And for someone like Shurwayne, who always had a vision beyond just being a frontman, it soon became clear that staying in the comfort zone of a band would only limit his potential. So he took the leap. He went solo. The solo flight and the road march reign. If leaving a successful band to go solo sounds risky, that's because it is. Many have tried and failed. But Shurwayne wasn't just chasing fame, he was chasing freedom. And in 2004, that freedom finally roared through the speakers with a track that would etch his name into soca royalty, The Band Coming. Boom! That was it. The track stormed through the airwaves, swept through every carnival truck, and earned him the Road March title. And he didn't stop there. In 2005, he did it again with the undeniable anthem, Dead or Alive. Back-to-back Road March wins. That's the kind of thing that transforms careers. For Shurwayne, it was a stamp of approval, not just from judges, but from the people. The carnival crowd doesn't fake love. If your song isn't it, they'll skip right over you. But if they sing it at full volume, if the DJs pull it up 10 times in one night, if you hear it echoing through the savannah, it's because you've tapped into something real. A voice that carried emotion. One of the things that makes Shurwayne Winchester stand out from other soca stars is his emotional range. Sure, he can shell down a party tune with the best of them, but he's also that rare soca artist who knows how to tell a story. Take Don't Stop, or the heartfelt Come Back, tracks that blend soca energy with genuine vulnerability. That's not easy to pull off in a genre that often leans heavily into pure celebration, but Shurwayne's gift lies in his ability to turn personal moments into shared experiences. He doesn't just perform, he confides. That emotional honesty created a special bond with fans. For many, Shurwayne wasn't just an artist. They saw him as a friend, someone who understood the highs and lows of life, love, heartbreak, and joy. And that made his music timeless. The collaborator and the experimenter. Another reason for Shurwayne's longevity? He's not afraid to experiment. Throughout his career, he's dabbled in everything from reggae to chutney soca, dancehall-infused rhythms to cross-genre mashups. He's teamed up with the likes of Maxi Priest, Destra Garcia, Bunji Garlin, and more. Each time, he managed to maintain his unique sound while letting the collaboration bring something fresh to the table. He even founded his own band, YOU, Yes One Unit, a move that allowed him to further explore his musical independence. This wasn't just a vanity project, it was a declaration, a way of saying, I'm here to build something that lasts. And while the band went through its own evolution, it served as a reminder that Shurwayne was always looking ahead, not just settling for what already worked. The challenges behind the curtain. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. The soca industry can be as unforgiving as it is vibrant. There were years when Shurwayne didn't dominate the charts, times when new voices emerged and captured the carnival spotlight. And in those moments, the public can be quick to forget yesterday's champion. But Shurwayne never let the dips define him. He understood the nature of the game. That fame is seasonal, but passion isn't. Even in the quieter seasons of his career, he kept creating, writing, performing, always connected to his purpose. And then there's the personal toll. Fame can be isolating. The demand to constantly produce, perform, and stay relevant, it wears on anyone. But perhaps what's most admirable about Shurwayne is how grounded he's remained through it all. He's never lost sight of the culture that birthed him, never disrespected the craft, never tried to outshine the music itself. Legacy in motion. So where does Shurwayne Winchester sit in the grand pantheon of soca music? He's not just a two-time road march king. He's a blueprint, a symbol of what happens when talent meets work ethic, and when success doesn't destroy humility. Ask any young soca artist who inspired them, and you'll hear his name. Not just because of the hits, but because of the way he did it. With grace, with discipline, with respect for the genre and its roots. In a time when soca is rapidly globalizing, colliding with Afrobeats, pop, and EDM, Shurwayne represents a bridge, a reminder of where it all started and what it means to carry your culture into every beat. Still writing the story today, Shurwayne continues to perform, record, and inspire. He's not chasing charts, he's chasing meaning. And for fans who've been on this journey with him from the start, that's more than enough. Because at the end of the day, we don't remember artists for just their biggest hit. We remember how they made us feel, how their voice sounded through the speakers during the best moments of our lives, how their lyrics told our stories before we even had the words. Shurwayne Winchester did that, and he's still doing it. So next time you hear his voice, whether it's blasting from a carnival truck or playing quietly on your earbuds, take a moment, feel the rhythm, listen to the message. And remember, this isn't just soca, this is soul.